Hi, this is the you versus them for Aries. We'll have the person that's on the right and the person that's on the left. So we have the snake here on the left and the swan on the right. So you pick whatever side you are, or however, like whatever resonates with you. And I will read saying the snake and the swan here. The snake on here, the snake is wrapped around a very pretty image. And it's concealing something. And the only way for anyone to see what the snake is concealing is for the snake to be vulnerable and let go of its tail here. And the swan, there's a mirror happening where the swan is reflecting itself below itself. So two people here are concealing something. Two people here they're not communicating with one another about how they're feeling and about what is happening within. Someone's seeing the other person as a reflection of themselves, and the other person is almost seeing like an entire universe within themselves. They're seeing the bigger picture. So the snake is seeing the bigger picture here. They're seeing things in color. They're seeing things very vibrant. They really understand the concept of the bigger picture, but they're not letting anyone else know how they're feeling or what they're seeing or what's going on. And the swan here I feel like that their vision is limited. There's this outer perspective of color and vibrancy, but at the moment they're only focused on what's happening internally here, and their vision's very narrow. So the snake. The snake here has the Tower and the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like the snake may bring information to the swan here, because I'm seeing, sorry, the Daughter of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles. I'm seeing the rainbow at the top here is something that's like enclosing or coming in. And with the swan, with the colors around the outside, I feel like the information or the realization is closing in on the swan. I feel like the swan may be a little bit kind of very focused on themselves. So when they look at other people, they're not really seeing a bigger picture or an outside perspective here. The snake could even be a mentor for the swan, or the snake could be catalyst as well with the Tower, but they're really trying to open up the swan's vision. They're really trying to show the swan what the swan can be capable of, and they're going to give or offer or move towards the swan with something here materialistically or time or energy. They're moving towards the swan and they're going to give the swan something or teach the swan something, and it's going to really change the dynamic. I feel like they could even start to become vulnerable here. The snake could start to become vulnerable with the swan, and it's going to change everything when it comes to the way the swan sees the situation, and a belief pattern or a belief system behind what the swan is seeing. And we have the eyes here as well, and this is the Nine of Swords. So there's something here that is really, really stressing the swan out. It's causing a lot of dissatisfaction, a lot of discord, a lot of just a lot of like weird energy. Discombobulation, that's the word. Like not being able to, the Death card wanted to show itself. So there is fear coming from the swan as well, and I think the fear of expansion is definitely limiting the swan's vision. A lot of stress. And then we have, yeah, the Seven of Swords here, and the Seven of Swords was underneath the Ace of Cups. We also have the Five of Cups, Five of Swords underneath here as well. So the swan here and the Father of Cups here, so the King of Cups, it's almost like this is what the swan wants to come into, a sense of, I'm just going to lift this up just a tad. There we go. This is what the swan wants to come into, a sense of unity within itself, being able to see the bigger picture, being able to see everything as one. So I feel like there might be a mentorship happening here with the snake and the swan, and the snake is trying to give the swan a token of appreciation, or something here where the swan has something where they can learn and develop and see the deception behind what they're hiding, and they're hiding behind themselves. They're hiding behind an aspect or a belief system or something here that they have built up when it comes to their mental space and how they perceive the world around them, what they're seeing, what they're envisioning within themselves, and they're not being able to see at the moment how expansive or emotional they can be. So the snake at the moment is becoming or creating, the snake could be even an aspect of, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, because the snake is something that's very, in this picture, it's looking very like esoteric kind of, it's looking very grand. And especially with the tower here, this could even be a opportunity or something that comes in that completely changes the way the swan moves or the way the swan perceives a situation. So the snake to me is coming through as a catalyst with the tower here. It's breaking down a belief system. It's coming unraveled. It's becoming vulnerable within a circumstance, and it's showing the swan here the potential in an opportunity to grow and expand and find something deeper, find some deeper meaning, some deeper emotion, some deeper understanding of why things are the way they are, or why the swan is feeling the way it is, or why the swan has limited views in certain situations, and wanting to see the deception behind keeping the swan stuck in a sense of stress and anxiety. And there's a lot of mental exhaustion that's happening within the swan, and the snake is coming in to change that and bring some type of different emotion or different potential in order for the swan to really come into itself and start to really feel rather than overthink a situation.